here we're flying Jurist or Jurist. How do we pronounce it?
Yes, Jurist.
Jurist. Okay,
Yeah.
so we're here. We're flying Jurist. We're here at Swartkops Air Force Base, the museum, and we've come out to support the museum. It's a free entrance, but you can give donations.
Yep.
So we've come out to check out the aircraft. It's a fun day. It's a good day to just connect with your fellow aviators, just as flying Jurist.
Yeah.
As he did for me as well. Check out his channel, subscribe to his channel, like his videos, ring the bell, all of those things. And let's have fun. Cheers. All right.
Thanks, my brother.
One of the gems in attending this event was meeting up with the Harvard Club of South Africa. We caught up with Yalen, a senior member of the club, as well as Chris, who's the public relations officer. Both have a wealth of knowledge to share on the phenomenal Texan 6 fighter trainer. The movies Midway and Devotion come to mind when you see this aircraft. A trainer from the World War II era and Cold War, Yellen and Chris shared with us the history of the T6 in South Africa and what it's like to fly. And what opportunity you have to fly such a delicate piece of history. Enjoy.
Yeah, my name is Willem van Rensburg. And I'm a South African citizen, I think, and I'm really proud to say that. And I finished school in Namibia, and I'm here since I joined the Air Force in 1968. But I'm not in the Air Force anymore. I'm a private citizen working for myself.
My name is Chris. I am the PRO, Public Relations Officer for the Harvard Club, and the Communications Officer for the Harvard Club of South Africa. This is an Air Force flying day for the Air Force Museum. It's usually the first Saturday of every month. This month they decided to move it to the 28th of February. So but it usually happens every Saturday of the month.
Yeah, that was it was also because of the century celebrations of the Air Force. It's in actual fact 105 years old.
The club itself, the Harvard Club, is it open to any aviator to join?
Yes. Yes, we've got a standard membership that's open to everyone. But that's for people who might live remotely and who cannot visit the club and who's not going to be physically actively involved. So they get certain privileges for their membership fee a month. And then we've got a crew membership that's not open to everyone. You have to have certain, I don't want to say qualifications.
We've got ground schooling.
Ground school. You have to be able to help with the marshalling, help with the maintenance of the aircraft and so. And you have to attend the club on Saturdays every weekend.
We train them as well to do the refueling properly. Because that is also a dangerous aspect.
Yes.
As far as I'm concerned, because of this fuel that we are using here, it's not paraffin like this thing's going.
What kind of fuel is it?
It is high-octane aircraft fuel.
Okay.
It's about 130 octane.
Okay.
130 octane, yeah. So one little spark can cause
Quite an explosion.
quite an explosion and big damage. That is it. If you approach an aircraft for refueling, the first thing that you do is you earth with a piece of wire that you hook on somewhere on this machine, and it's lying on the ground. So if there is some static electricity because of the air flowing over the wing, it builds up static electricity.
Okay.
And that you have to discharge before you come close to refueling. And that is a very critical point for the ground crew specifically, that they get trained. And you do that first, nothing else.
Before anything else.
And then you can carry on and refuel and so on. You must prepare the aircraft before flying, the ground crew. They get trained to do that, what they must look at and so on. So when the pilot arrives there, he hands basically the airplane over to the pilot. Then the pilot knows that this and this and this and this and this has been done, and he can come into the cockpit with no fear.
So how old is this particular one?
This
there?
one, this one came to South Africa in 1942, November 1942. So it's just over 80 years that it's been in the country.
Yeah. Yeah.
They were used during World War II as trainers in South Africa as well. Trained some of our pilots, and since then they were used for I think 50 years. Every single Airforce pilot was trained on one of these.
The engine here is a 9-cylinder radial engine. It's 1340 cc per piston, 1,340 cubic centimeters per piston. It guzzles fuel in the vicinity of about 80 liters an hour, maybe more. It depends on the pilot, because the pilot can basically manipulate the mixture that goes into the carburetor.
Do you still train new pilots on this particular?
Not new ones, not on this aircraft anymore. It's far too valuable.
Yes.
Yeah.
We do train people, but then he must have a certain amount of experience before in a tail dragger.
Okay.
Not a normal tricycle thing with the nose thing like that.
Yeah.
There must be a tail dragger experience, and hopefully, better, the heavier the thing is, the better.
I think
all the other tail draggers are aerodynamic designed properly. And this one is not. That is the difference.
I think at the moment we require 500 hours in total, and 50 of them must be on a tail dragger.
Okay. Right. And that, so it's a specific type rating that he
Yes.
gets in.
Yes. We do the training for the rating by us as well, by the Harvard Club.
Okay.
Yes.
And is that done here, or is that done?
Yeah, they're done there.
Yes,
Done
we
here.
do it
Done
here
here.
as well, of course.
Okay. And for those who are interested, generally, how much would that cost, and then how long would that take, roughly?
Look, your normal PPL these days costs you 40 hours.
Yeah, about 110.
150 could be
Yeah.
150,000.
40 hours before you qualify it to get your license on a light aircraft. But then you still know nothing.
Yeah.
And with this one, the Air Force gave the pilots their wings at 200 hours training.
Really.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think
But
we.
then it's armament and everything is inclusive at that point in time.
I
So
speak
they
under
take a lot of
correction, but I think the conversion for this by us is around about 70,000.
time. Yeah, more or less 70,000. It depends on the pilot, what comes there.
Yeah.
What is his background? What type of aircraft he has flown? Tail dragger specifically. He can't come here and says, "No, I haven't flown a tail dragger
Yeah.
before. I want to do a conversion here." He will not give him a conversion. As easy as that.
Is there a minimum amount of hours that they need to do
They must have about 200 hours.
in terms of when you convert to the
It
Harvard?
depends from pilot to pilot. If you
Yeah, depends on your proficiency.
yeah.
So it's on a case-by-case basis.
Yes.
The instructor can very quickly, when he sits at the back,
Yeah.
can pick up if this pilot is he ripe to do this training, or he's not, or he's a danger. Normally they tell him very fast, listen, I don't think you must carry on with that, you're wasting
Right.
your money.
Right.
Yeah.
Really. Because it's not built 100% aerodynamic. That is what making him a different kettle of fish.
Okay. Okay.
Depends of you how much the fuel is in here. It's about for 300 liters of fuel in each tank on each wing. Gives you about an ultimate cruise speed of about 180 knots, around about there. About 4 hours endurance. So if you take off from here to Durban, you will just make it if you adjust your fuel mixer, because on this engine you can adjust the fuel mixture, and you must go very lean and watch your temperature, because the leaner you go, the higher the temperature goes.
What are the typical sorties or flights that you would do?
We do it a 20-minute sortie flight here. We are not allowed to do aerobatics here in built-up areas, so we went out to Roslake on the other side of the Magalies Mountains.
The Brits general flying area.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then we get clearance from Wonderboom to use their the general flying area over there.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Then they know there's an aircraft busy with aerobatics. You can't look out all the time for other aircraft. So they warn the aircraft, stay away from that area. We've got an hour there doing aerobatics. And then we go out there. We need to do all what we do with the passengers, climb out to 7,000 feet, AGL. And then you've got enough time to dive down for the loop. Because otherwise, if you don't have about 160 knots, you will not go over the top.
Top of your loop, right?
Then you stall over there. So you have 160 knots, you go pull up, and then you go right over. And then as soon as the nose goes down, then the speed comes automatically back.
It's
Thank
quite
you
a
so
skill
much.
to.
It's a pleasure.
You done?
Mr. Kotso, we're gonna see you.
You're off. All right. All right, guys. Have fun.
Enjoy.
Gonna give you there you
Big
go. A
handshake.
nice firm
There you
handshake.
You know,
Nice one. See you guys then.
we'll see you.
Where's my hug? There it is. There we go. See you guys. Enjoy the rest of your day.